Today we're talking about 2 Avengers Doomsday theories, how to actually play Pac Man, and the difference in people who like Batman and the difference in people who like Iron Man.
And I'm also going to be talking about the 6 most common dreams that all people have that go to sleep at night.
Oh.
So let's get into the podcast.
Okay, so this first theory is a theory that we already talked about on TikTok, but it's how we are possibly going to see an evil Captain America, but it's not how everybody thinks it's going to happen.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Okay, so a lot of people think that Chris Evans is going to play Hydra Cap. Now, let me tell you why this is kind of true, but also not true, okay? First of all, we get a lot of reports recently that Chris Evans is playing a big role in Avengers Doomsday.
Right.
Now, that's the rumor going around. We know in Deadpool and Wolverine that we see like there's better versions of every character, but there's also could be like evil versions and more powerful versions, right? Because we see that Deadpool picked the worst Wolverine. Worst, right? But that means there's also the best Wolverine, the strongest Wolverine, the most powerful, the most evil Wolverine.
Yeah. So
when you think about it, there's got to be an evil Cap out there. But this is how an evil Cap could come to be, okay? We see at the beginning of Cap's story, right? He gets frozen in ice. Now, we see that he gets saved later on, and it's 2012. So the theory is that Dr. Doom is going to be the one to save Cap out of the ice, right? He's going to travel to a timeline where he's not out yet, and he's going to be the one to take him out. Now, you got to remember, this is a version of Cap that has no knowledge of the Avengers, right? No knowledge of anything that's happening. He doesn't even know where he's at, doesn't know what year he's in.
All he knows is that he has a date with Peggy.
Exactly. And that's his main motive, right? He needs to get on his date with Peggy because, right, the first thing that Cap says when he wakes up basically is, I had a date, right? So he's still thinking about Peggy.
Right.
So the way that Dr. Doom is going to manipulate this Steve Rogers to become evil is to manipulate him by telling him that he could get him back to Peggy, but also that he's going to have to save his universe.
Right.
So when you think about it, this Captain America's main motive is to get back with Peggy and to save the world, right? That was all Captain America wanted to do in Captain America 1.
Right.
So when you think about it, Dr. Doom could literally give him that same motive, but just do it for the wrong side.
Exactly.
And he would have no idea that he's doing it for the wrong side.
It would line up perfectly.
Right, especially if he has no knowledge of the Avengers, right? He could basically take him out of the ice before 2012.
Right. It could be any time.
It could be any time. It could be literally a day after he goes in the ice.
Yeah.
So Dr. Doom literally could take Captain America out of his timeline in the first Captain America and literally make him evil, but he doesn't know it.
Right. It totally lines up. And in Endgame, when Steve Rogers goes back in time, returns all the stones, and then spends a life with Peggy, that universe that he's in with Peggy, during that time, there's a version of him still frozen in ice.
Right.
So it would make sense that pocket universe, right, that branch timeline is going to play a big role in Avengers Doomsday.
So there's an insane theory on how Steve Rogers will be the leader of the Avengers in Avengers Doomsday.
How would that work?
Okay, so we know there's been many reports saying Steve Rogers will be playing a big role in Avengers Doomsday, but there's a theory saying that it's going to be completely different than everybody thinks because in the comic run, Time Runs Out, the same comics that Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars are based on, we actually see Old Man Cap, who doesn't have the Super Soldier Serum anymore, and he's actually commanding the Avengers from behind the scenes while Sam Wilson is Captain America. So the theory is in Avengers Doomsday, we're going to see the same Old Man Cap that we saw in Endgame, and since he's aged so much, he might have lost the Super Soldier Serum, and we're actually going to see him direct the Avengers from behind the scenes, just like in the comics. And it would make sense that Steve Rogers wants to come back and help, especially if he found out that he's the one who caused the incursion, and he's the reason why the universe is collapsing. So it's crazy that the comics kind of line up with the MCU storyline, because I think Chris Evans is going to be playing more than one role.
It would make sense that he's playing like an Old Man Cap, because no one knows where he is, right? After he returned the shield, we don't know where he went.
Right. We also don't know if he went back to the universe where he lived a life with Peggy or he stayed in the 616.
If you ask me, the way he aged, it seems like he should have outlived Peggy. If he got to that stage.
For sure.
So I don't think he's going to go back.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's going to stay.
And especially because he wouldn't have any knowledge of what an incursion is. So like by him staying in the 616, he doesn't even know he's causing an incursion.
Right. But by him staying in the 616, doesn't that prevent incursions from happening?
No.
Oh,
it causes it because he created the new universe, right? And if he comes back to live in this universe when he just created a new one, he's colliding both universes.
So technically, he needs to stay in that other one.
Yeah, he needs to stay because he's the one who created it.
Got it. So if he gives Sam Wilson the shield, goes back to that other universe that he started with Peggy, no problem.
No problem.
Oh, interesting.
But if he's staying in the 616 universe, he's causing an incursion.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I mean, who knows what the story is going to end up being with Chris Evans, but Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. You know, a lot of heroes are coming back.
Yeah.
Seems like he would want to come back.
Yeah, we got to assume all the original Avengers are coming back, like the original 6. I would have to assume.
Yeah, if I was to bet, I would bet that. just because of who's already confirmed.
Okay, so this is kind of my fun fact of the week, but did you know that the color of the ghosts in Pac Man actually have a meaning?
So what do they mean?
Okay, so everyone thinks that when you play Pac Man that the ghosts just move around randomly and that the color of the ghosts don't mean anything, but the color of the ghosts actually shows that each ghost has a specific job and will move around the board in a specific way. And this was actually confirmed by the creator. So the red ghost is known as the chaser, so it's always programmed to directly always chase Pac Man. So no matter where you are, the red ghost will always be after you. But then the pink ghost is known as the ambusher. So the pink ghost always tries to predict where you're gonna be. So it's gonna try to beat you to where you're going. Then the orange ghost is known as the shy one. So the orange will chase you if you're super far away, but once the orange ghost gets too close to you, it's gonna start to pull away and hide. Then the teal ghost is actually called the wild card. So it knows where Pac Man is at all times and it'll either chase you or ambush you. But I honestly seriously had no idea that this was even a thing in Pac Man. After all these years, I had no idea.
Pac Man's one of those games growing up where you think you know how to play it. It's kind of like Minesweeper. You click around, and then it ends up being like a, objective. I get the objective of Pac Man. Right?
Yeah.
You eat the ghosts, you eat them.
Right.
You get the points.
I didn't know they move in a certain way.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know that either.
Based on the color?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Like, that's so insane. But when I do think about it, though, when I used to play it, the red one would always go after you first.
It's been so long since I played, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I feel like the red one is always chasing you. So it adds up. Like, they're definitely programmed a certain way to move a certain way.
So the biggest threat really is the red one.
Well, technically, the biggest threat is the teal one.
Oh,
Because the teal one, it always knows where you're at, right?
Right.
So it'll either ambush you or it will chase you. The red one is either going to just chase you or the pink one is going to ambush you. But the teal one will do either one of those. You don't really have to worry about the orange one.
Right. That's just doing his own thing.
They classify the orange one as the shy one or the dumb one. Because it'll go after you if you're on the other side of the board.
Yeah.
Right. But once it gets too close, it'll start to avoid you.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's almost like, you know how you turn the ghost blue and you could eat them?
Yeah.
It's almost like it runs away because it knows that's going to happen.
Interesting.
So it's harder for you to get the points.
Gosh, I want to play Pac Man again.
Have you ever wondered the difference in people whose favorite superhero is Batman versus people whose favorite superhero is Iron Man?
I feel like you're going to upset a lot of people right now.
So there's been many studies and analyses on people whose favorite superhero is Iron Man and people whose favorite superhero is Batman. So first, Iron Man fans are usually very confident and charming and are usually super funny, but they try to mask insecurity and are very impulsive. Then Batman fans are very disciplined and have good morals and are really good problem solvers, but also have extreme levels of anxiety and they like to isolate themselves.
I guess that makes sense.
And it's said that people who like Iron Man usually have the personality type of ENTJ or ENTP, while Batman fans have INTJ or ISTJ. And it also says that Iron Man fans usually are very social people and enjoy the spotlight, but Batman fans are a lot more reserved and stoic.
It's interesting how when you look on paper, how Iron Man and Batman both are billionaires, both
are geniuses. Both lost their parents.
Right. And technically both of them don't have a supernatural superpower,
right. They're just smart.
They're smart, they got money, they got charisma.
And that's pretty much it. But they're the same character, but very different at the same time.
Right. Obviously, Batman's not cracking jokes the same way Iron Man is.
Right. But I do feel like they do have similar anxiety levels. I don't know, these studies, I feel like their anxiety is pretty high on both sides.
Yeah.
It's not one's higher than the other, because I feel like both of them have crazy anxiety. Batman and Iron Man. If anything, I feel like Iron Man should have more anxiety than Batman. Yeah.
I mean, when you look back at Iron Man 3, when he's having a lot of panic attacks and stuff like that.
And the nightmares.
And I guess his desire to protect his loved ones in the world, it leads him to a point of insanity.
Right.
And Batman, his anxiety of trying to protect Gotham, right? And do the right thing. And it's very interesting how two characters are so similar yet so different. Okay, moving on to some random fun facts that keep me up at night, and this is one of them.
We like those. We like to be kept up at night by random facts.
Do you know the top 6 most common dreams people have when they sleep?
I know for a fact that falling in your sleep has to be one of them.
Yeah, so recently research was done where they were able to survey a bunch of people, and they found what are the 6 most common dreams people have. So starting in 6th place is a dream where you feel like you're frozen or you're flying. And psychologists found that means that you've been stuck in your life and you feel like you have to get out. The 5th most common dream is public nudity. And if you're having this dream, that means that you've recently faced some embarrassment that's been on your mind and it's been bothering you. The 4th most common dream is losing your teeth.
Losing your teeth?
Yeah, so psychologists found if you're having this dream where you're losing teeth and teeth are falling out of your mouth, it's basically meaning that you're dealing with a lot of change in your life and you have a lot of self-image concerns. The 3rd most common dream is where you feel like you're back in school again and you're about to take a test and you're not prepared for it.
I probably hate that dream the most, where you feel like you're super unprepared for a test.
Yeah, so psychologists found when you're having that kind of dream, that means you're facing a lot of self-doubt. And the 2nd most common dream is being chased. And if you have this dream, that That means you have a lot of unresolved conflict in your life and your brain's trying to tell you to go settle it. And the number one dream that most people have is the feeling of falling in your sleep. And that means you've lost control somewhere in your life and that you're failing a task that you have coming up.
We've all had that dream where we're falling. We've all had it at least once.
Yeah, I feel like the falling one and the one where you feel like you're about to take a test are like very common for me. It's so weird. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like maybe a month ago, I had a dream where like it felt so real.
Yeah.
And I literally woke up convinced that, oh my gosh, tomorrow I have a test.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you've been out of school for like 5 years. Like you're fine.
It's such a weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling and I hate it. And the falling one, I hate the falling one too because I mean, I've talked about this before where the falling dream is called like a hypnic jerk.
Yeah.
And some people you could die from a hypnic jerk. If I remember correctly.
Well, it like your body thinks it's actually dying, so it like
jerks you to wake you up. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've all felt that falling dream. Doesn't feel good.
No.
But yeah, dreams are weird.
Dreams are weird, and I think it needs to be studied more because there's something to dreams that just doesn't add up right.
What's crazy about dreams too is how are there so many dreams that people have that are similar with everyone else?
That's why it's so weird to me. It's so weird.
Yeah, it has to be studied more just because when you have billions of people and they all have the same dreams, you should start to try to figure out why.
I know. And I know I talked about this a long time ago, but in dreams, like there's like, you've ever had those dreams where you think you see someone that you've never seen in your life, right? It's just like a total random person.
Yeah.
That's actually impossible.
I know. That's so weird.
So it's like impossible to dream of someone that you've never seen before. So like it could be even someone that you saw in your peripheral vision that you didn't even think you saw, but your subconscious saw and implemented that person in your dreams.
Yeah. So basically everyone that you see in your dreams, you've had to come in contact with them at some point in your life.
Yeah, it doesn't mean talk to them. You just had to see them some sort of way.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's kind of like the whole like photographic memory, but you don't know you have it.
It's so disturbing. I think we need to really like deep dive on dreams because it's like really weird. We need to get like a governmental experiment on dreams.
Okay, moving on to some movie news. Okay,
movie news.
So right now, Paramount Pictures, Paramount Studios, are prioritizing Top Gun 3 with Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Now.
That's what I like to hear.
These are just like the word on the street.
Okay.
I don't know how true it is.
I would think that's pretty true because why not?
Top Gun 2 was phenomenal. Maverick did such a great job. And it was not only a great story and a great movie, but it did well at the box office.
For sure.
In a day and age where the box office is such a major component on how movies get greenlit, I'm pretty sure it makes sense why you would prioritize Top Gun 3.
Yeah. I mean, Top Gun Maverick, dude, that was such a feel-good movie.
Yeah. And according to the Cosmic Circus, Alex Perez says that Loki will reportedly have his own Avengers team.
Oh.
Have his own team in Doomsday.
Okay, we've kind of touched on this a little bit a long time ago in like the Avengers Forever comic when Avenger Prime, which is basically like this powerful Loki who's watching over the multiverse, has access to the multiverse, basically like recruits the multiversal Avengers.
Right.
Now, I think that's very possible.
Yeah.
That Loki's going to get his own like multiversal Avengers, but it just still happens to be characters we already know.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah,
it makes sense that he's going to have his own team. It seems like there's going to be a lot of different teams in this movie. Okay, moving on. Universal has acquired the rights to Jason Bourne.
Whoa.
Yeah, Matt Damon's Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne?
Now, in a day and age, too, where we talk about nostalgia and legacy characters coming back, it makes sense that Matt Damon hops back in his Jason Bourne role. It's been a long time since he's appeared as Jason Bourne, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hops back in. And we also know this. Matt Damon is in the movie The Odyssey, the lead character in The Odyssey, which is also a Universal Pictures movie. So it makes sense that if Universal has acquired the rights of Jason Bourne, I don't imagine someone else being Jason Bourne. I think Matt Damon is going to be an older Jason Bourne.
Dude, we need that. Oh my gosh. When's the last time we got a Jason Bourne movie? That's insane.
Yeah, I know. And apparently Glasgow, Spider-Man Brand New Day, they're going to be done. They're done. They're done filming
in Glasgow?
They're on the streets of Glasgow.
Oh, okay.
And the last day of filming in Glasgow, he's going to be fighting, he has fought a lot of villains.
Interesting. We did get that footage of him like getting hit in the back by something.
Yeah.
Now, the way he moved looked like he was getting stung by Scorpion.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying the way he like did it, it looks like when Spider-Man gets hit by Scorpion.
Or Doc Ock.
But is Doc Ock? I don't know. Maybe.
Michael Mando, who is Scorpion.
Scorpion.
He's already confirmed, so it makes sense it'd be him. And lastly, Spider-Man Brand New Day apparently will start off with an opening montage of like the events from No Way Home to Brand New Day. And he's gonna be fighting a bunch of villains. And as he's fighting these villains, he's gonna be improving his suit, fixing his suit, and you're gonna see the suit change.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how we're gonna get like this whole like new web shooters, the raised webbing. It's gonna progress.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like a montage, and I'm thinking it's gonna be similar to the Fantastic Four. You know, like when we see the Fantastic Four fight a bunch of villains, right?
Yeah.
Mole Man, right?
Yeah.
We see this all happen really quick in maybe a span of 5 minutes.
Right.
And it kind of tells the progression of time.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get another suit after that.
Ooh.
I think he is.
Oh.
I think he is for sure going to get another suit after that.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to see progression of the final swing suit, we're going to see it come to something else. Even if it's the same suit, it's going to evolve into something not like crazy different, but different enough where it's like that's a different suit than the suit we see in the teasers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's podcast. If you're new to the channel, please smash the subscribe button with your right index finger.
Ooh.
And also comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on TikTok. We'll see you guys next week on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
We'll see you on TikTok.
God bless you guys. See ya.
Love ya.